Hi, and welcome to another video by Get It Done Home Repairs. Today we have a very minor repair that just about anybody can do. There's no tools needed to get this job done. We're gonna replace the flapper valve inside the toilet. Now this flapper valve, as you know, this closes down on top of the tube that lets the water down into the toilet, and it keeps the water from running out. So when it opens up, it actually lifts up like this. And then when it closes down, it's supposed to close. What happens is, as they get older, it starts to wear underneath here, and it doesn't make a good seal, so it's not a perfect seal on it anymore. As it comes down, it'll actually close, but it may stay up a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in the back of the toilet tank, we're going to take this off, and we're going to replace it with the new one. This one connects onto the side of the tube right here. It just goes over a little piece on the side, which you'll see in a minute. But all right, let's get over there, and I'm going to show you how to do it. First thing we're going to do, of course, we're going to take the top off the tank, off the water tank. We're going to remove that so we can get down inside to get to the flapper valve. So let's get inside there. You just lift the tank off like this, put it down someplace where you're not going to interfere with it. We are going to need some light in there, so we are going to put some lights in here so we can see what we're doing. Hopefully you can see okay in here. Let's put this over here possibly, give you a little bit better view. And that's the flapper valve down there. Now, before you change the flapper valve, take a look and see where the chain is connected onto, because most likely that's where we're going to put the new one back onto it. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to come down to the bottom of the toilet, and we're going to shut the water supply line off so that water is not coming into here any longer. So that's what we're going to do. And the water supply line is right on the bottom. And we're just going to close this. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to let the water out. Okay, then we're going to take our chain right here, and we're going to remove it. It's just a hook that's on, just like that. We're just going to take that off. Now don't force it if it's stuck. Get a pair of pliers and open it up, because sometimes it's just too tight. In this case it will come right off, but just in case it's too tight, you can just get in here with a pair of needle nose pliers and just open up this little hook a little bit. They open up very easily. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here. We're going to reach down on the side right here, and you're going to take this piece off. Some of them are actually pretty firm. You know, they dry out, and as you can see, what happens is the flapper valve itself, it starts to get distorted from any kind of chemicals that will go inside the tank. So we're going to take this now, we're going to dispose of this, and then we'll come right back. Okay, now I just want to point this out to you. First of all, let me just tell you this. The water here, it has a lot of iron in the water. That's what this coloring is on the side here, and that also causes the flapper valve to start to develop deterioration around the valve itself. All right, so this one, as you can see, it hooks on like this. The replacement is actually made of rubber, and it fits right over the exact same pieces. So, all right, let's take this and put this in the trash. The replacement, you just bring it down inside here like this, and you hook it onto that little piece that the other one was on, just like that, and like that. And you can see now it closes down where it's supposed to be. The other one is actually very, very hard. Okay, and then you'll take this. Now this chain may be just a little bit too long. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to reattach it on here, and when you lift this up, this flapper should lift up all the way like that to let the water out. So I think this one may be just a little bit too long, but let's see what happens. As you can see, it's not opening up all the way. So we will need to shorten this chain a little bit. And that's a really easy thing to do. We're just going to take this back off like this. We're going to take this, take it like that, take it off, and just move it down a couple of links. Slide it back over it, bring it around like that, and now our chain is a little shorter. So we're going to hook it back on. We may have to shorten it up just a little bit more. We're going to go one link. You want to have a little bit of slack in it, but you don't want it to be excessively loose or tight. So we're going to move it down. Take it like this. Let's put it on here. It's closing all the way, as you can see, and that should do it. Let's just turn our water supply off, and we'll see how that goes.
On.
Okay, let's test it and make sure. It should come up and let the water drain out by itself. Okay, and now you want to make sure, let me stop this for 1 second here. Now you want to make sure you have a little bit of slack in the chain like this. You don't want it really tight, too tight, because it may keep it from closing all the way. So make sure you have a little bit of slack so that this, when it opens up, it goes up all the way like that, and you should be fine. That's it. Okay, so as you can see, changing a flapper valve is really not that difficult. They do sell, you can buy it specifically for the toilet itself, whether it's a Kohler or American Standard. You can buy the flapper valve made specifically for that. In this particular case, this flapper valve is a universal. It fits either one of them. But you can see it's a fairly easy job. All right, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.